Have you ever heard of a king who appears out of nowhere, receives a tithe from the great patriarch Abraham, and then vanishes from the historical record only to be mentioned again centuries later? As a figure of immense significance today, we're diving into one of the Bible's most enigmatic characters, Melchizedek, the king without a beginning or an end. His story is brief but incredibly profound. We first meet him in the book of Genesis, chapter 14. After Abraham rescues his nephew Lot from a coalition of kings, he is met by Melchizedek. The text describes him as the king of Salem and a priest of God Most High. This is remarkable for a few reasons. First, Salem is widely believed to be the ancient name for Jerusalem, making him a king of the very city that would become central to biblical history. Second, he's a priest of God Most High. Yet he's not an Israelite. He exists outside the Aaronic priesthood that would be established much later. Melchizedek brings out bread and wine and blesses Abraham, saying, "Blessed be Abraham by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." In response, Abraham gives him a tenth of everything he has, the first recorded tithe in the Bible. This act is a powerful acknowledgement of Melchizedek's superior spiritual authority. The greater always blesses the lesser, and the one receiving the tithe is recognized as a representative of God, and then he's gone for 1,000 years. The biblical narrative is silent about him. His name reappears in Psalm 110, a royal psalm believed to be written by King David. It's a prophetic psalm about a future messianic king. In a stunning declaration, God says to this future ruler, "You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek." This links the priesthood of this mysterious king of Salem directly to the coming Messiah. It establishes a different kind of priesthood, one that is eternal and royal, not hereditary and temporary like the Levitical priesthood. But the most detailed explanation comes in the New Testament, in the book of Hebrews. The author spends several chapters explaining why Jesus is the ultimate high priest, not in the line of Aaron, but in the order of Melchizedek. This is where the description without beginning of days or end of life comes from. The author of Hebrews points out that Genesis gives no genealogy for Melchizedek. He has no recorded father or mother, no birth date, no death date in the biblical record. He is timeless. This lack of a recorded lineage is used to create a powerful theological point. Melchizedek's priesthood, unlike the Levitical one, which depended on ancestry, is based on his inherent nature. It wasn't passed down. It simply was asterisk. This makes him a perfect type or foreshadowing of Jesus Christ. Jesus' priesthood isn't based on his human ancestry from the tribe of Judah, which wasn't a priestly tribe, but on an eternal, divine appointment from God. Just as Melchizedek appears without a beginning or end in the text, Jesus is eternal, with no beginning and no end in reality. So who was he? Some have speculated he was a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus himself, what theologians call a Christophany. Others believe he was a historical human king, a righteous Gentile who maintained a true worship of God outside of Abraham's family line, preserved by God to serve as a model for the future. The Bible doesn't give us a final, definitive answer, and perhaps that's the point. His mystery serves a greater purpose, to point us to the eternal, royal priesthood of Jesus Christ, who, like Melchizedek, brought a blessing from God Most High and whose authority is everlasting. Melchizedek remains a fascinating figure, a king of righteousness and peace whose brief appearance in history echoes through eternity, reminding us of a priesthood that transcends time and lineage. What do you think? Was he a man, an angel, or something more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.